Yo, Bo, welcome to another episode of In the Life of MightyFan. Got quite a few things to cover in this video. We got some pickups, some hats and jerseys, got a little recap from last weekend. Amazing time had at the Naismith, the Basketball Hall of Fame, and a huge shout out again to Snacks. Of course, Throwback King for organizing it and getting us over there, and it was just a great time, including myself and him. We had 9 different jersey heads, in the meetup there, from all over the country. It was super cool. I know we took some video, we took some pics, we've been posting some stuff here and there. The front, one of my front, I guess the vid pic, I guess if you want to call it that, for this video will be one of our group pics. Just a blast and memories to last a lifetime. And I'll get more into that when I get down to the man cave and start to do my ramble, right? Also have a couple jersey related stories to tell. Disappointment and a surprise. So it's kind of that yin and yang kind of, that balance. It's a balancing act, and so some interesting stuff happened over the past week. So I'm going to go into that a little bit. But first, let's get into the pickups. So the first one here, we were last weekend. One of the things we did, we went after the Naismith. We went to one of the local malls, and since I was, visiting, I'm like, you know what? A nice little souvenir from the trip, other than the memories and the pictures and videos and everything. So I got the Hartford Yard Goats, which is a minor league team there. I forget who they're, the minor league. I want to say it's the Rockies, but these teams keep changing affiliations, so it is what it is. But I believe it's the Rockies. But there's the one of the logos. And I also think it's cool that their colors are the old Hartford Whalers colors. They have that colorway still, those little homage to the Whalers. So that's pretty cool. And we got the full logo right there of the Yard Goat. Got that on the back. Yard Goats. Flex fit. I've always said about flex fits. I like the flex fits. Nice and comfortable on my head. So I picked up one of these at local lids. So there's that. And then this guy here. It's funny because these did not hit. They weren't really available anywhere besides, I think it was like the Marlins Stadium store or something like that, which is kind of weird because it's a hot hat. You would think they would put it out like right when the season started, but it is what it is. They're now becoming more available on Fanatics and Lids and that whole conglomerate, and I was able to get one. It's the Miami Marlins, Florida Marlins. It's the 30th anniversary. This season, I think this is the only hat that they have the logo on, and it's the throwback hat they wear with the throwback jerseys from, the pinstripe from back in the day. So they wear this hat with it. It is an on-field fitted 5950. And earlier in the season, I saw a Marlins game on TV, and they were wearing the jersey and hat, and I'm like, man, I need both of them. But the hat was like, man, why are these not available? But now I guess they are. So you got the logo on the side, you got the Batterman, you got the old, Florida Marlins logo on the front, the teal all over. Definitely brings that 90s vibe back. So very cool. Black cut for the inside. They could have kept it classic, going with a gray or, Kelly green, but it is what it is. They have to keep uniform for the rules of the MLB, but it is what it is, But there it is. I'm glad these finally became available. So as soon as I saw it, I grabbed it. And in this one, I don't know if I'm really supposed to show or not. But I have to. I already threw it on my Instagram story last night. So Slim was over for a few days after our trip. One of the things we did, I had to go to the flagship because I was meeting a local jersey head. Did a deal with him. We got a couple jerseys. And while we were at the store, got a little sneak peek at some, because Mitchell and Ness just got back into the MLB hats, and they were snaps, but now they're starting to, there's going to be some fitteds coming, and this is one of them. They had 2 of them they showed me. I was able to get one. This is the one I liked the most out of the two. So, had one in my size. There's the Phillies. So this is Mitchell & Ness fitted. This is not a New Era hat. This is Mitchell & Ness. But you got the Phillies logo in the front with the star. So that would have been your interleague logo from back in the day. They got the Independence Hall logo on the side, which is, as I've always said, my favorite Phillies logo. And you got your Phillies word mark on the other side. So it's got a bunch of different stuff going on. Mitchell & Ness on the back, red squatchy on top. It's got the nice panel there in the front, red brim, and it's got the Kelly green throwback with the black gut. So this is a really, really nice, well put together hat. I like the fact it doesn't have the white gut on the inside. So, but yeah, this is their hat. You looking in particular? I mean, the particulars on the inside, Mitchell & Ness on the tags as well. I like it. You know, it has a lot like going on it. The brim, it's like Mitchell & Ness never could really get the brim exactly exactly right. I guess there's always going to be a little short brim, shorter than some others. I mean, but then again, I mean, kind of comparing it to other hats, yeah. I mean, you can kind of see it's a little shorter, but not by too much when you compare the two. You know, but it is a little bit. But still a nice hat. They had a couple Phillies ones. I don't know exactly when these are coming out. I think they said pretty soon, maybe within a week or two. Obviously, the flagship's in Philly, so they got some Phillies ones done. I would imagine there'll be other teams too, probably available on their crappy website at some point. But I'm sorry, that website is terrible. It still is terrible. They need to fix it. They need to do so. They had a sale. It was an extra, what was it? 40% off, like, sale items. I could not log in. I couldn't put anything. It was a one-day sale. It was on the 4th. I couldn't log in. I couldn't put anything in the cart. It's terrible. That site is just, it's garbage. They need to fix it. They need to do something different. And I've been saying that for a long time, and it just stays the same. Their sales, it's like there's always an issue. There's always something going on with that site, and they don't fix it. I mean, they're run by fanatics now. They have to do a better job with that website. They have to get it right. I don't know when they will. I don't know if they will. But it's terrible, and it needs to be fixed. I mean, does that put it plainly enough? Anyhow, here's the deal I got done. Shout out to IOS for these. Old Run Mitchell & Ness. Got one hockey, one football. This one I definitely think is Snacks. I remember him having it in his collection. We got the Vancouver Canucks, the V logo jersey, Tiger Williams. This is a jersey that I've, had interest in for a while. I do want to get the yellow one too, just to have the matching set. As gaudy as these jerseys are, he had the skate logo right there on the sleeve with the 22s. It's gaudy, but it's beautiful. Definitely a hockey head's jersey here, for sure. On both sides, Canucks, the skate logo, which I like when they have it on the front. I have a Pavel Bure white Canucks jersey with that, and I know they started wearing these again as a throwback. Not this one, but the one with the skate in the front. It always looks good. I do want to get one of those at some point. And then there's the Williams 22 on the back. And yeah, this thing is crazy. It's crazy just how gaudy it is. But yeah, there's a lot going on in this jersey. So let's go to the bottom. And you have the Mitchell & Ness, and you have the vintage hockey logo. This jersey is circa, they usually have the year tag on the inside. Yeah, 1982-83. Right there. So anyhow, there's that. The Tiger Williams 82-83 black Canucks jersey. And like you said, they made the yellow one too. So at some point I want to get that yellow one. I'm just going to put it over here. All right. It's crazy. That's actually been one that has been kind of one of those, you know, I've had chances at it before, never quite jumped at it, but, but finally got around to getting one. And then this one is another one that gets me another one closer to finishing a collection, and that's the 80s Jets. So Mitchell Ness put out a really nice set of 1980s New York Jets jerseys, and I have a few of them. I think I want to say I have the white Klecko, I have the green McNeil, Gastineau, and Lions. I want to say those are the ones I have, and all of those have the patch, have the anniversary, the silver anniversary patch on them. Most of the ones they made for the Jets in the 80s, all from that year with the patch, but they did make, I believe, two of them. No, I'm sorry. Lions doesn't have the patch, I don't believe. It's either Lions or Bird. One of them doesn't have the patch, and I'm blanking on which one. I want to say it was the Lions, but I'd have to go back and, you know, the old noggin doesn't work as well as it used to. One of them was from that year, and one of them was the other, and I'm blanking right now on which one it was. But this one for sure wasn't, because this does not have that patch on it. And then the only other ones for me to get from this set would be Bird and Walker. And if I really wanted to get technical, a green Klecko, but I have the white one, so, you know, if I never get the green one, it's like, okay, well, I have the white one. You know, but I'm a completist, so I probably would want the green Klecko too. I know Slim's like nodding. Yes, you do. Yes, you're probably right. So we got the Altoon green jersey right here. Really nice. So made in Korea, and I did forget to look at where the Tiger Williams was made, but made in Korea. I'm going to turn it around so you can see everything's pressed on as it should be, no stitching. Obviously, if they made the legacy line of this, it would be stitched, but for the authentics, you know, from back in the day and today, it would be pressed. So if they made an authentic in this again today, it would be pressed. If they made it, which they would probably more than likely do the legacy line, it would be stitched. But of course, this is a jersey from back in the day, so there was no legacy back in the day, so it's all authentics. So this is Altoon New York Jets 1985. There you go. There's the whole particulars. They put all the particulars on certain runs, and the Korea's had those. Nice jersey, hard to find. You don't see the tune as much. All these jerseys from the 80s, all these 80s Jets jerseys are hard. They're hard to come by. It used to be you would see them like all the time almost. Like that Gastineau, you used to see that all the time. You used to see some of these others. The white Klecko was always one that didn't pop up as much. And obviously it was the only white Jets jersey from the 80s they ever made in authentic form. And that one was always one that just never popped up as much as the green jerseys did. You would see the green. Now certain players would be harder, like McNeil was one that didn't pop up as much. You know, Toon as much. But now all of them are pretty scarce. So I'm glad to have the ones I have in my collection at this point, including now getting the Altoon, because these are getting harder and harder to find. So again, thank you to IOS for this and for the Tiger Williams. Beautifully gaudy Vancouver Canucks. And again, I always think of Throwback King with that one, because he he was the first person I ever saw with it, and it just became one of those where it's like, oh man, yeah, yeah, it's gaudy, but I do like it. I'll put this over here. I know it's like dead air when I walk away. I'm sorry about that, but I just like to be, I don't know. I like to just put my stuff away. But anyhow, let me get these hats over there. And then we will have a bit of story time for MightyFan. I know you always look forward to that. So let's take this show on the road. Not literally. We're not doing a vehicle vlog today. But I'm going to go downstairs. I do have the AC going because it got real hot and muggy and humid. And I'm like, yeah, it's time to start running the AC. And now it's like an ice box. So it goes from too hot to too cold. I don't know. It's never perfection. Okay. So as I said, last weekend, went to Hartford, went to Throwback Kings. We went to the Naismith Hall of Fame for basketball, the Basketball Hall of Fame. Super, super fun time. We had a really nice turnout. Obviously, Throwback King, myself, Slim, Nostalgia Boy, King Leo was there. M. Diddy was there. Adam was there. And I always feel like I'm going to forget people. Luca came from Chicago, which was really cool. The Jaguar was there, the Jersey Jaguar, doing some nice interviews with us. So I know he put the one with Throwback King on his channel, so you want to check that out. And I think I know he interviewed me, and I think all of us, if I'm not mistaken, got interviewed at one point or another by him. So look out for those on his channel. I'll put a link when mine gets up there on a future vid. But make sure to check him out, the Jersey Jaguar. He does amazing videos. He breaks down jerseys. He does interviews. He does interviews at sporting events with fans. I know he did an interview recently with the draft party at the draft party for the Blackhawk fans for the Bedard draft. Drafting Bedard, I should say. And he said he already put in for for the kits for the jerseys. I knew he would, because I even asked him at the hall. I'm like, hey, how soon are you gonna get the Bedard jerseys? I already got the stuff in to have some customized. So I somehow I knew he would. And also we had Resurrection came all the way from the west, from the Bay area to join in. Like I said, it was a ton of fun. We really enjoyed it, and I know the weather didn't quite cooperate on Sunday, but we still had a really good time. Snacks, destroyed me in video games, and then they were playing with the other guys, the boxing game, and it was just a lot of fun. He showed us around a little bit. There was a lot of murals, a lot of really cool art there in Hartford, around on buildings and such. We went to a skate park where there's a mural of Nipsey Hussle, and that was pretty cool. We all had our picture taken in front of that. Just a lot of good food, we had a blast. So again, thank you to Throwback King for putting this all together, for being such a gracious host, and thank you to all the other guys who were able to come and just make that weekend so special. It was a blast. Took a lot of pictures, took some video. I know other guys in the group did too. And you know what? It's all about the memories. And it was a ton of fun. And lots of laughs. Lots. Just thinking of some of this stuff makes me laugh too. It was great. And a big shout out to all the Jersey heads who were able to make it. And we had a great time. And We're going to try to make it an annual thing. I mean, different place every year. Try to have a get together. In life, you just have to have fun sometimes. You just have to put some time aside and just enjoy it, because you only get one of these. So you gotta enjoy it the best you can, and events like that, just little things, little get-togethers, makes it that much more enjoyable. And it's amazing to think how long I've known some of these guys just from the groups, and really from here on YouTube. I mean, that's really when some of these bonds were created, with the rest of those guys who joined last weekend. You know, Honestly, I met some of them through YouTube, through my channel and their channels, and it's amazing to think how all these years later, seeing them and just having some laughs, having some fun, and just it was a great time. We didn't actually get a chance to play a game. We were just kind of shooting around. I think there was a game of horse going at one point. Slim took that one. I was on the bench. I already was all pooped out. So I was just on the bench there talking to some of the other guys, snapping some photos and video and whatnot. I made a 3 and I walked off the court. I said, all right, I'm good. I'm done. And then about a half hour later, I was back out shooting, having some fun. Because they have a court, and on the side, they have one of the sides of the court, they have like different baskets, from like a peach basket to like a 50s basket to like modern day, and you can just kind of shoot at each one of those, so that's pretty fun. So there's a lot, there's a lot there. I did Slim and I did the NBA on TNT, which was very cool because you get to sit at the like a makeshift TNT desk, and they film you. And it's like you have to read the teleprompter. It's like the teleprompter challenge. And then they send you the video via email. And it's almost like you're on the TNT show. They kind of, through the magic of technology, they have you kind of superimposed there with, with Ernie and Kenny and Chuck and Shaq. And so I had my video done. Slim had his done. And that was pretty cool, The Larry O'Brien was there, a picture with that. Lots of, like, stuff. Lots of different, articles of clothing, shoes, sneakers, and jerseys and everything, game-worn, whatever. Although they had a couple fake jerseys. Jersey, your Jersey heads win, We couldn't stop talking. Of all the things in there, we couldn't stop. There was a few things we couldn't stop talking about. The 2 fake jerseys that were in glass that we pointed out like as soon as we saw them. And the Ben Simmons cutout. Of all the Sixers. Or former Six. They didn't have anything Iverson. No, none of that. No, they didn't have Charles Barkley wearing a Sixer jersey. They didn't have, they had jerseys. They didn't have any image of Dr. J or Wilt as a Sixer. Even like Embiid as a, no, the one image, which was like a height measuring thing, was damn Ben Simmons. and Snacks says, see, he's in the Hall of Fame. I told you. I said, no, that's not right. That was too funny. But they had 2 fake. Can you believe this? At a Hall of Fame, they had 2 fake jerseys. There was one Jason Kidd Mavericks jersey with the finals. Oh, they were bad fakes too. It was terrible. We're all looking at it. It was like in a framed thing with like some other, items. We're like, what's with this jersey? That's a fake jersey. We're all like huddled together, like looking at this thing, like, oh, that's terrible. And the other one they had was a Tim Hardaway Warriors. Oh, I felt bad for Rez. I'm like, oh, this jersey's terrible. It's just sitting in there, and we're all like, oh. It's all like we had a bad meal. Like people were probably passing by and we're going. It was a sin how bad this one was. Tim Hardaway and like the Run TMC era jersey. Oh, it was a bad fake, and it was just sitting there. I'm like, how? Why? They could probably just get one of his actual jerseys. They put this slop in there, and they're trying to pull that off as some sort of relic. Like, what is this? No. Oh, it's terrible. So anyhow, Jersey heads and us, like each of us were like, oh no, no, no. But no, we did. We had a blast there. We had a blast throughout the whole weekend. It was a lot of fun. And so that pretty much kind of wraps up that trip. And then Slim and I made it back here very early morning Monday. We go down there Friday night, came back Sunday night, but by the time we got here it was like 1 a.m. or whatever. And Slim actually stayed here until Wednesday, because I had Monday and Wednesday. I took those days off. I already had Tuesday off for the 4th, so it made it a long weekend, which was nice. It's nice to have those, from time to time. Had a good 4th. I hope you all had a good 4th. Kind of quiet. It was nice. Slim and I just kind of here. Watching the festivities on TV. Ludacris was doing a concert in Philly on the 4th, so that was on TV, and there were others doing their stuff on the concert too. But and then the fireworks. They actually delayed the show because there was lightning in the area, so the Philly fireworks stuff and the concert got delayed by like an hour, a little over an hour, or whatever. But it was still a good show. I kept saying it's Tej from Fast and Furious. He even made mention of it. He said, "How many Fast and Furious fans do we have in the crowd?" And I'm just sitting in the chair. I'm like, hey! But no, had a good time. The only negative over this past week, and again, look, this is In the Life, right? This is the title of the series. So you're gonna see collecting, whether it's the good stories or the bad ones, right? And I just showed you 2 pickups, right? 2 jerseys that I was able to get from a fellow collector. And anytime I get pickups, I'll share them, right? Whether it's jerseys or hats or what have you. But as I always say, a lot of times in our community, you see the wins, right? You see the pickups. This is what I got. This is what I was able to get. It came in the mail, or like I did this, it was a couple days ago. Met up with a local fellow Jersey head outside the Mitchell or in the Mitchell Ness store, and we got the deal done right there and then. But sometimes, things don't always work out. Even when you think you have the thing in hand, something happens. And it's funny though how things work out. It's weird. It's almost like things are put in the universe. Like for what reason we don't know. But so before the trip, it was funny because I was like FaceTiming or what have you with Slim on Messenger, and we're talking away. And towards the end of our conversation, I happened to go onto Facebook because I wanted to like someone's picture, pick that we were talking, one of Double Z's pickup picks, and the first thing I saw, you all remember I keep talking about this Road Gaylord Perry Mariners jersey, how much I want this thing, right? I want to have it. Would complete the Perry collection. It would complete basically the Mariners collection from that time. It's like the one that I don't have that I would love to have, and I get on there and there's one of the members, and I'm not gonna blow him up. I'm not, look, I could very well do that, but I'm not going to. It's just not how I am. But I will say what happened. I keep it a buck. I always do, right? So. So I go on there, and the very first thing I see on the feed when I get onto the Facebook app is the certain person selling in one of the groups, and the first jersey picture is the Road Perry. And I mean, Slim can probably tell you my face when I saw it. I'm like, oh, there it is. It's Perry. And it's for sale. Now, I've already done deals with this person in the past, and everything went smooth. Everything was good. No problems. So I hit him up right away. And I say, hey, is the Perry still available? What size is it? It says it's still available. It was perfect size for me, 52. So I thought, oh, this is perfect, And it's the Road Perry Mitchell and Ness Mariners. And right away, he's like, I'm going to put it in the mail tomorrow. I'm like, and because it's a Grail, if it was any other jersey, if it was something else that wasn't like a high up Grail, I have to have it kind of thing, we would have gotten the deal done that night. He could have put it in the mail right away, right? But because I was going away for the weekend, I didn't want to risk something. If it came early, I'm not home. All these thoughts of dread just start hitting my head. Like what happens if we spend extra time there? I don't come home, or when we originally thought, if something happens to my vehicle or whatever. All these different things are flying through my head of what something that could go wrong. I don't want the package if it's raining and the mailman doesn't put it between the doors and it's just getting wet. All these things. I don't want this thing showing up when I'm not home, or at least when I'm not, there. So let's wait till Monday. So I'm going to be away for the weekend. This was Thursday night. So I'm going to be away for the weekend. We'll get this deal done on Monday if that's cool. He was cool with it. I'm cool with it. I'm like, okay, we'll get the deal done. I'll pay you for it Monday. We worked out the price. He said that's no problem. Put it in the mail, Monday, and I know at least I'm here. It comes, and everything's good. All these things just keep running through my head. Now, more than likely, it probably wouldn't have showed up in the mail till I'm home that next week. But you just never know. And if we extended our time there or whatever, just all these things. I always believe in just better to be prepared. It's better to be safe, better to be prepared, because you just never know, right? So anyhow, this is that Thursday night. We go, through our trip, everything's fine, whatever, come home. And I'm tired because we get home at 1 a.m., by the time I get to bed, it's probably not close to 2, Still jazzed up from the trip. Everything Slim and I are talking about stuff. We're still, it's like we're tired, but you don't want to go to sleep. One of those type of things. So I didn't get up until late the next day. Maybe close to between 10 and 11, something like that, Kind of groggy. The first thing I always do is check the phone. So I check the phone, and I have a message from this person, and I'm like, oh crap, he must be worried if I'm not, paying or whatever. Because I remembered even before I went to bed, I'm like, I have to pay so and so in the morning. I want to make sure I get the deal done for Perry, and he can put it in the mail, and we're good. So I'm like, I'm ready to say, oh man, and I see it's a message from him, and I'm thinking in my mind, like, oh, I have to let him know, I'm sorry, I got up a little late, we didn't get home until such and such, but I'm going to pay you now with PayPal, just whatever. Let me know your PayPal email, we're good. I'm good to go. And instead, it was a message, I couldn't even believe it. I could not believe it. It was basically like, the jersey got stolen from the dry cleaner. Now, my first thought is, why is it at a dry cleaner? When this deal is on the table, that if it should be anywhere, it should be in your place in a priority mail package, ready to go. It shouldn't have been moved anywhere. You gotta treat this thing like the Holy Grail. Don't take it anywhere. Why is it even going to a dry clean? I don't need a dry clean. I need it in my hands. That's what I need. And I'm thinking, okay, that's the first thought. Like, why did it move from the house? Here I am, all worried. I didn't want to get the deal done right because I didn't want something to happen to it here. So if I didn't want something to have it to it here, why is it moving away from the why did it move from your place? Because this is what I didn't want, right? Because I wanted to avoid this, right? So I'm thinking, how the heck how does someone steal it from a dry cleaner? What type of dry cleaner is this? What is going on? It's dry cleaning. And why are they taking jerseys? This is in 2004. This is like, jerseys aren't the big thing now. Like, they're going to take jerseys, not jerseys. Okay. As much as I love the jerseys, right? All right, the jersey boom days are done, right? That was back in the 2000s. This is 2023, right? This isn't exactly, people aren't looking for old Brun Mitchell and Ness jerseys to grab. All right, so why would those get taken? Right? There's no need for that. I mean, it's a Gaylord Perry Mariners jersey. It's not exactly number one on the hit list for some of these thieves, I would imagine. But so apparently 4 jerseys got taken. This is what the person said. And I'm not going to sit here, look, I don't want to put them on blast. That's really not what I'm trying to do. But this is the end of life series. So I'm going to tell you, right? You, the viewer, you're going to find out whether it's a good thing that I was able to acquire or something that I wasn't able to acquire. This is something I wasn't able to acquire. So anyhow, I just get that defeated feeling like, like you got to be kidding. And I let Slim know because Slim is here. I let him know he couldn't believe it. He's like, oh, good Lord. And it was, we said other things that I'll keep to just between him and me. But I'm like, you know what? This is someone I dealt with before, and I've known this person for years. And he knows the passion I have for this stuff. This stuff means something to me. And I know it means something to him. I know as it would any jersey head. But this is a grail. This goes beyond just any jersey. This is a grail jersey for me that slipped through my fingers before for another dumb reason. And I will say it's a dumb reason. This is a dumb reason. So some years ago there was one on eBay that it was a buy it now. I bought it. I bought the jersey. And I get a message from the seller. And you can't make this stuff up. I get a message from the seller that the jersey, what he's selling is from his friend's collection, and his friend died. I don't know if I told this before. His friend died, apparently passed away, so he was selling his stuff, and he couldn't find it. He doesn't know where his friend kept it. Why are you selling it? But anyhow, so basically, this guy is telling me his friend's life story in an email. It was like a book. It's like the guy's writing me a novel about why he can't sell me this jersey. And throughout, I'm reading. I had to skim through a lot of it. I'm like, I don't. All right, this guy, he's friends. This guy, his story, blah 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 blah. Right? And I get to the point where I'm like, I'm sorry for the loss, but is the jersey still available? Because that's really what I care about. I'm sorry for your friend. He passed away, but I want the jersey. I don't want to sound morbid about it, but I want the jersey. I bought this. I want this. And he couldn't sell it to me because he couldn't find it or whatever the stupid thing was, right? So I got a refund through PayPal. But bottom line, I didn't get the jersey. It was that Road Perry Mariners jersey. So here we are, fast forward to Monday, this past Monday. And again, I feel I have it in my hands. Even to the point where where Adam and I have a little bit of a deal going. Who's going to get this jersey? Because we both want it. Who's going to get it first? And I even told him when we were at that mall where I got that yard goats jersey hat from at Lids. I even looked over at Adam at one point and I said, "I win." And I said, I got the Perry. I got the Perry Mariners. I got it from such and such who was selling it. But I said, you can't be too angry about it because it was a size 52. And there's no way Adam's getting into a 52. And Adam's like, you son of a bitch. It's Adam's fault. He didn't have anything to do with it. But anyhow, I was just so, and I'm like talking about this jersey. I'm letting people, I got that Perry. It's eluded me. Now I got it. We're going to get the deal done when I get back, and it's going to be in my hands, and it's not. Because somehow it got stolen from a freaking dry cleaner. How does this happen? How? And I'm thinking, why is it at a dry cleaner? Now I'm getting upset. And I'm like, because it's almost like this person's trying to tell me he's trying to do me a favor by taking it to a dry, because there was some dust on it. If you look at my collection, all of my jerseys are on, most of them, if they're not in a closet, they're on Z-bottom racks. They're not covered. I don't care if some dust is on the jersey. You know what you do? You shake it off. You blow on it. That's how you get rid of the... I have a washing machine. If I really want the thing cleaned, if it mattered that much, I would put it in and that would clean it. We're good. Hang dry it. Don't put things in the dryer. You hang dry them. Hang dry it. We're good. Dust doesn't bother me. Okay, to the point. You don't have to do me a favor and take it to a dry cleaner where something can happen. You don't have to do that. But apparently this is what happened. Now, I don't know if this really happened or if he sold it to someone else because they could get it on the weekend, and I said, let's wait till Monday. I have no idea. I don't want to accuse this person of this, but God only knows what happened. God only knows what happened. Now, apparently he got some, whatever, they settled or something at the dry cleaners. But the bottom line is, I don't have Perry again for a dumb reason. This is the second time that it's gotten away from me for some just absolutely stupid reason. That you just can't make this stuff up. I'm not trying to hate on the guy. Okay, I could, believe me, I could throw his name out there. I could sully his name. Okay, I'm not going to do that. That's just not what I do. Okay, it's not what I do. And you know me, how much I love these things. How much I go crazy for them, right? There's some other stuff that he's selling right now. You know how hard it is for me to when I see something that I like, to hesitate, to say, no. He's selling some other stuff that I like right now, and I hesitate. I said, no, because are these going to get lost? Are these going to the dry cleaner too? This is what I want to say. Like, no, I don't know if I can do this again. Right? If I do buy from him again, my first words are going to be, do not take them to a dry cleaner. Just put them in. The only thing you have to do is put them in the priority mail box and mail it. I don't need anything dry clean. I just need it in my hands. I need it in my hands. That's why I'm buying it. I want it in my hands. If it's particularly if it's a Grail jersey of mine, I really want that in my hands. I don't want it to get stolen from a dry cleaner or some story about a dead guy. It doesn't matter to me. I know that sounded morbid, but it doesn't matter. I want it on the rack in my collection. I want to wear it. I want to say hello with me wearing the jersey. No! Twice now, this damn thing. It's not Dion. It's not to the Dion rookie red level. That original run, limited edition that slipped through my fingers so many damn times. It's not that, but it's getting there. It's starting to get there, and it's irking me. I need this damn jersey. I need to get this. The Perry collection needs to be finished. The Mariners collection needs to be finished with that one jersey that I should have had twice now. Twice I should have had it. And twice, for some stupid reason, I don't have it. For some excuse. I don't have it. I'm getting angry. I'm going to stop. So here's the funny thing. This is how the universe works in weird, strange ways. That another story time for MightyFan. I know you guys are getting guys and gals out there like, boy, this guy's really going off. Yet, oh no. I've gone off before on a Rez knows. I've gone off before. Another story time for MightyFan, okay? Again, this is how strange the universe is and how it works. I sound like Bill Walton all of a sudden. How strange the universe works. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. So, last year, another buddy of, Jersey Head buddy was selling an away Curtis Martin Patriots Elvis head jersey, authentic starter. They even had custom done, with the numbers, everything. The C. Martin on the back. Oh, God, I love that kind of thing. And I really like this jersey, and I really wanted it in my collection. I already had the blue one, and this would have been to complete the set. I always like Curtis Martin. I have an authentic Jets jersey. I have a Patriots, which I believe Slim helped me to acquire, at least alerted me to, if I'm not mistaken. Love it, beautiful jersey. And then D is selling the white one, and I'm drooling over this damn thing. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the pictures. I'm like, so I forget exactly how it all went down, and I'm sorry about that, but the old noggin isn't what it used to be. I forget if I talked to him, or maybe I forget how it worked, but I came to find that Slim had already put, his claim to it. Basically. He saw it first before I did. He hit up D before I could. So basically, Slim beat me to it. And, it happens, right? And I don't know the whole story. I don't know exactly how it all kind of went down or what happened. But I guess the deal fizzled out or whatever it was. I don't remember. It was a year ago. So, okay. So I pretty much figured, okay, well, I'm shit out of luck with that one. I missed it. I didn't see it soon enough. And that happens, we're all in a group, someone's posting something. It's either you're going to see it first or you're not, you're going to move or you're not. And I didn't move quick enough. And I'm like, damn, I would have loved that jersey. But you know what? It's Slim's a friend. I don't want to do him dirty. I don't want to do him dirty. And so, he already laid his claim to it. So, okay. That's fair and square. So now here we are a year later. And again, all of a sudden the white Curtis Martin pops up. Same guy selling it, D. In the group. I see the picture of it. And again, I get googly-eyed. I go, ooh, Curtis. And I didn't remember it at first. I started writing him via Messenger. All right, I want Curtis Martin because he had the price on for it. I was ready, PayPal ready, everything. All I had to do was send him a message. And then it clicked in. Oh, wait a minute. Slim. Isn't that the one that last year? So I hit Slim up. And I said, Slim, you saw Martin. Are you going after it? Is it good if I? And Slim, again, he's like, yeah, I already am hit him up or hitting him up about it or whatever it was. And I'm thinking, should I be the bad guy? And try to get it, because now it's like, okay, here it is again. Am I going to just sit back or do I be that guy? Because I could just hit D up right now and boom, done PayPal. We're good. And I think it was a situation where Slim couldn't pay right away. And it was like he wanted to get it. He wasn't 100% sure. Blah, blah, blah. And it was almost like a hesitation, almost. And I'm like, is that a hesitation? Do I jump in? Because either he or I are going to get it or someone else is going to get it, and we don't want that. So, but I talked to D. D said, yeah, Slim, whatever, we're working something out. I'm like, it could have been me. I could have. I didn't have to reach out to, but I did. And the worst part about it, to be honest, again, I keep it a buck, is that when I went to Slim's for that week-long visit, the first day D came with the Curtis Martin jersey, and they got the deal, and he because Slim wanted to make sure he tried it on. He wanted to make sure it was all good and everything before the deal got completed. So D was not far from him. He came over. He had the jersey. Slim tried it on. He gave it the nod of approval. I said, shit. Not only is the deal done right with, and I get to see this damn jersey in person, and I'm going, oh, I could have been ruthless. I could have been ruthless a year ago and just gotten it. Why am I not more ruthless? I'm thinking, I didn't tell Slim that, but now he knows because he's watching this. Hi, Slim. I said, it's like a rapper beef. It's like, they beef for a while about something, but then they let it go after a while, right? I mean, Easy and Ice Cube let it go after a while, right? I mean, this could have been us. So the deal got done. Slim got that jersey. I'm sitting there just shaking my head going, Curtis. And then what happened was one of those nights, I didn't tell this to Slim, but he's finding this out now. I didn't tell this to him. One of those nights, when you get older, you have to get up, use the bathroom at night, right? So I'm up. One of those nights when I'm over at his place, coming back from the bathroom, and I see the sleeve of the Martin jersey hanging in the room where it's hanging, and I just took a good look at it. I'm like looking at it. I'm like, why can't I be more ruthless? This could have been mine. This could have been mine. This could have been on my rack. This could have been like Curtis. So then I just went back to bed defeated. Just said, well, I mean, what's done is done now. There's nothing I can do. So basically, and actually the funny thing about it, and I don't even know how truthful Slim was being about this, or if he just wanted to see my expression at the time. But he actually, because I have a jersey in my collection that he really wished that, like it was for Curtis for me, this jersey that I got was for him. He wished he saw it before me, and that was the Eric Dickerson Ripon that I got from, ironically enough, from D earlier in the year, and it has the 40, the white, the away white jersey, the Rams, and it may even be the only Ripon jersey I own in my whole collection. With that 40, it's just. And Slim offered me a trade, and he thought he had me. He offered me the Martin and the Perry for Dickerson. Now again, I don't know if this was real, or if this was he just wanted to get my reaction. And I didn't do it. I said I can't. I said that I'm thinking in my mind. I'm like, it already has the 40 on there. It's got the flare. It's the white Rams jersey. I don't have Mitchell Ness never made it. They only made the blue. It is that style jersey is like a top 5 for me all time, particularly the white jersey because it's just beautiful, and it's a Dickerson, and I'm like, if I do this deal, I'm starting to and right, I thought about it. He knows. I thought it. I had this look on my face like, oh, you had to throw Martin in there too. Oh, and then he threw Perry, because he threw Perry at me. And he threw Martin and Perry. I think first it was Martin straight up, and then he threw Perry at me too. He really thought he had me, and I just remember, for a second there, and I'm like, nah, I'm thinking the wheels are moving. Like, you can probably see smoke coming out of my ears. I'm like, yeah, but when am I ever going to see that Dickerson again? That right bond, how often is that ever going to pop up? No, probably not. No, I can't do this. I can't. As much as I want, Perry is a grail, the White Martin is a grail, but the Dickerson, I'm not going to, in the 40, I'm not going to have another chance at this thing. It's in my size. I can wear it. I'm like, no, I can't let that go. I can't. I mean, if he would have thrown in Dick Allen Phillies, we may have had something. We Slim. We. But no. We're not moving on from Dickerson. So, but the funny thing is, and this is just why the universe is what it is. So the other day, I think it was Thursday, I'm back from work. I'm sitting in my recliner, and D hits me up with a link to an eBay listing. The white Curtis Martin. Starter, size 52 with the C. Martin on the back and everything. Buy it now, $250. I couldn't hit that button quick enough. I couldn't. And the funny thing is, the other guy and I, for Perry, we reached an agreement on $250 for Perry. That fell apart because of the dry cleaner, apparently. That $250 that would have gone to him and for Perry went to the white Curtis Martin. I missed out on one grail, and I got another. Literally about a month after, I'm sitting there being tortured looking at that Martin at Slim's place, just thinking of what could have been, and now I get one. That I basically used the money that I didn't, and I will say, I forgot to mention this, no money had changed hands for Perry. Okay, so I didn't lose anything on that, right? And he would have refunded me, whatever, but I didn't have the jersey, right? So I didn't pay him anything at that point. I was going to pay him on Monday, and obviously it fell apart. So the money that would have gone to Perry ended up going to Curtis Martin, and it's the pay in 4 option because it's a PayPal YouTube, or PayPal eBay item. That's a pay in 4. That means that payment got spread out to 2 months. Oh, that's a touchdown. So here we are. Just the irony of this thing is that we go from me feeling like the lowest of the low, like it's almost like I lost a family member, right? It was just that Perry, it should have been mine, and then a few short days later, it was D hitting me up, alerting me to a white starter Curtis Martin Elvis head Patriots for the same price that I would have bought Perry with. I put that towards Martin instead. I still don't have the Perry, but I will have that Martin in hand. And now Slim and I will both be proud owners of the road white Elvis head Curtis Martin with the C. Martin. That does it for me right there. That C. Martin. So the moral of the story is you just never know. And this is why I do this. This is why I collect. This is why, because you just never know what's going to happen. You never know what you're going to find, how you're going to find something, where you're going to find something. That's the game for me. That's what makes this both very demoralizing at times and so uplifting at times. You go through the motions, right? From the disappointment of Perry to now getting a white, authentic Curtis Martin starter Patriots jersey with the Elvis heads. I gained a set because I have the blue one, so now I have the two of them together, and that's my all-time favorite Patriots jersey. Even the Eagle fan in me has to say that. So, to have... I would probably say one of my all-time favorite players of that era in the Patriots, and have both of his authentic jerseys is pretty cool. Yes, Slim beat me to the first one. And look, I even told him I'm like, I was loyal. I was loyal. I let you get that away from me. Because you saw it first, fair and square. You put your claim to it first, fair and square. I'm not going to be one of those that comes in and undercuts you. So, as much as I thought about afterwards, I'm like, no, I couldn't do that to Slim. I couldn't do that to Slim. That would have been pretty a pretty rotten thing to do. So, Slim's happy with his. I'll be happy with mine as long as it. I just hope that this guy doesn't try to take it to a cleaner firsthand. No dry cleaner. All this guy has to do is put it in and just send it off. Send it off, and then the mailman has to deliver it, and I have to get it, and everything's good. Actually, it was funny because the seller sent me a message earlier today. I said, "Oh crap, no, don't tell me there's a dry cleaner involved with this too." But it was just to alert me about a couple very little stains on the jersey. I'm like, I'm sure that can be cleaned. No big deal. I'm not taking it to a dry cleaner, but either I'll try to clean it here, or Slim's pretty good at making sure jerseys get cleaned. So maybe Slim, that might be one that we see about you cleaning off. But no, he's like, is that going to be a deal breaker? I'm like, no. That's not a deal breaker. Put it in the mail. Get it to me. You couldn't believe how my heart was like, oh no, there's a message from this guy. No, I was almost afraid. I was almost afraid to open it. I was like clicking the button, and I see there's a paragraph. I'm like, oh no, this can't be another dead guy or dry cleaner. This can't be. But it was nice of the seller to alert me to that. I mean, that's not a deal breaker for me. No, a few little things in there that I might be able to get off. No, that's still coming here. We're not dry cleaning that. That's coming here. And I never say never. I mean, I there might come a time that I buy from that other guy again who, yeah, pun intended, did me dirty on Perry with the dry cleaner. But yeah, he puts up another grail. I can never say no. I can never say I'm never gonna buy. There might come a time where I do, but believe you me, like I said, if I do get something from this guy again in the future, the first sentence is going to be, do not take it to the dry cleaner. Put it in the mail. No, dry clean not needed. Not needed! I still can't believe that. The odds of that twice for that jersey, two stupid ways of me not getting it. That wasn't my fault either time. Ajita, both times for it. I need a drink of this Mountain Dew. It's actually from a few days ago from Taco Bell, but it's still pretty good. It's actually Slim's last night here before he went home. We went to a KFC Taco Bell combo wombo, and there was a couple tasty items in that on that that night. But yes, I actually did a mixture, Sweet Lightning and Baja Blast. I put the two together, little combo wombo at the combo wombo. So anyhow, that's the latest. Those are the stories. Could you believe that? It's just, to me, it's crazy how I didn't get the Perry, and then a few days later I get another grill. I didn't think I'd have a chance at it. I'm like, all right, well, I know the white Martins do pop up, but usually when one pops up, the seller wants a freaking Fort Knox for it, or they're just very hard to find. And here we are, literally, a month after Slim gets one, now I get one. It's funny how things work out. It is. And I'm sitting there going, damn it, I should have gotten this thing. If I was just ruthless enough. Sorry, Slim, but the thought was crossing my mind as I was looking at that thing. I'm like, no. but I'm glad it worked out for both of us in the end. I'm glad Slim got one and now I got one too. So both Slim and I both have the set of the Curtis Martin Flying Elvis head jerseys, which is very cool. I love that jersey. I have a Bledsoe I got from D a while back, the white Bledsoe. I got the blue Curtis Martin. Now I got the white Curtis Martin. There might be others at some point if they stay available that I might be going after at some point down the road. Not now, but down the road if they're still available. And it's going to get to the point where people are like, how many Flying Elvis head Patriot jerseys do you need? I love them, though. That's another style jersey I've always liked. That particular jersey. I mean, back in the day, I used to have the blue starter Bledsoe, and I had the white starter Curtis Martin replica ones, But I had both of them. And here we are many years later, and now I'll have an authentic white starter Curtis Martin, which is super cool. Again, didn't expect it. Just kind of happened. I'm thankful for D for sending me the link to the sell for eBay for it, and again, I couldn't hit that button. I wanted to make sure I hit the buy it now because it was a buy it now. And I'm like, I got the shakes. Like fingered, just hit the damn button. First I had to make sure I was logged in. Because when you send a link through Messenger, it doesn't automatically open the eBay app. It's just like another. So I'm like, oh damn, I'm not signed in. Damn it, I'm not losing that for this. I had to make sure I logged in, and then I could go after it. But so those were some anxious moments right there and then too. Anyhow, those are the stories. Like I said, one of the reasons I wanted to do this series, and I still show a lot of stuff, right? You're always going to see the pickups, but I want to talk about the times when I miss stuff because that's part of this, and you do have to experience it. It's not all, sunshine and rainbows. You're going to have to go through times of failure, times of disappointment, even if it's not exactly your fault. The old saying, it takes two to tango, right? So if something happens with the person it does. You do need the other person to follow through, or have the jersey available, or whatever the case may be, to get it. We all have stories. We all have horror stories in this group, right? We can tell you all day about stuff that's gotten away. And I know people come on our channels on YouTube. Oh, look at all these pickups, or see in the groups right on Facebook. Oh, look at all this stuff they get. Look at all this stuff they get. Oh, man, they're so lucky they get all this stuff. But for every story of success, there's always a story of failure that goes with it, And sometimes missing out on one thing kind of allows you to get another. I'm not saying I'm happy about missing out on Perry. That was a big disappointment for me. But it did kind of help. To get that white Curtis Martin Patriots. That certainly did raise the Jersey head spirits a bit after that one. So anyhow, I'm glad everything worked out last weekend at Throwback Kings. Shout again to all the members who were there. Slim, I'm glad we were able to have a good trip and had some good time here as well. And it's all about the memories. It's all about the fun times. And, we all need that. We all need that because we all go through stuff. Believe me, I'm preaching to the choir. We all go through stuff. And it's nice to have times with good friends and to just have experiences that you'll always remember, Because, look, you can lose all the jerseys, get whatever jerseys. It doesn't take the place of friendship. It just... whatever grails are never accomplished or achieved in the collection, to have good friends and to be able to have get-togethers and stuff, that just means a whole lot more, and that's when you put things into perspective, that's what really means the world. All these jerseys I have, it's nothing, compared to the friendship that I have with the people in the group and good friends, that I've been able to make just by doing this. It's crazy to think about, just by doing this, the friendships and the connections you're able to make. And, it means a lot. So thank you guys. Thank you so much. And thank all of you for continuing to have support to this channel. And I've been giving a lot of thought about this channel and some other things I want to do. And I know I talked about, doing like a weekly vlog, like a Ross, Burlington kind of thing. And I still would like to do that. Whether it'll be every week or a bi-weekly, or something like that, I have to see. But maybe starting next week, maybe I might go, to some of the local Rosses and Burlington and such like that near me and kind of film a little bit in there if I can. I know with the music and you get the copyright crap and everything, so I don't know if I have to do like a voiceover afterwards. I'd rather do it so it's spontaneous, so you get my instant reaction to things. But obviously, if it's just the music and there's really nothing you can do, I know there's tricks and stuff where people kind of cut it up or whatever, but I don't know. This channel's always been bare boned, and that's how I kind of like to keep it. And I like the spontaneity of things, right? I like having that instant reaction. If I see something, it's like, ooh, or something's not quite right. I like to have that, give you, the viewer, that instant reaction of mine. And a voiceover, obviously that's reacting to it how many hours after you already saw the thing, right? So it's not exactly the same. It doesn't have that same, oomph to it, So I would like to do the instant reaction things. I'm still a little, I've been doing it for a bit, but I'm still a little weary sometime of filming when people are around, I don't know. I know you shouldn't be. It's so commonplace anymore. People film everywhere. You always see people with cameras and different devices, and they're filming. I mean, even at the whole, you had the production there with Rez and Luca, the Jaguar with their filming stuff. But I'm still not like. I'm still getting used to that aspect, right? Of putting up the camera and showing stuff and having people around, and I don't know. But I'm going to try to get better with that myself, get more comfortable, I guess, with that, I should say. But I would like to do stuff like that. I would like to do more of like in-store vlogging and, what have you, do a series, do a series, and how much, basically can be found or not found from here to the end of the year at Ross and at Burlington. And not to say I'll always, purchase something there, but at least see what they get in stock so that people can, all right, all these people that find jerseys and all these gems at their local Rosses and like every video, I'm going to show you what mine is like. It's not exactly chock full of these things, right? But I've found some nice things over the years there, but it's not like you see these people with like the authentic LeBron jerseys and this and that. I'm like, I get like, we have like shirtsies at my Ross. Like a practice looking thing we have. We talk about practice. But, so I would like to do that. I would also like to do a series where I'm like, and it's going to be hard for me to do because I don't have the thing where I can just, go, film and actually have the screen or whatever. How people do it with when they're showing stuff online, right? So I might have to put the camera up to the screen when I'm doing it. But I would like to do a, hey, what's new? What's on Fanatics, Mitchell and Ness's crappy site, but what's new? What's new for the week or whatever, and give my thoughts on stuff, that I see, instant reaction. And there's no music in the background there, so unless I put Deftones or something on, but I won't do it because I'll get the copyright. But I might do something like that too, because I think that's kind of a fun thing to do. I see other people doing that from time to time, and it's informative, and it's also pretty cool. So I might try to do that. I know I did that when the Blue Line collection came out for Mitchell and Ness with the hockey. So I might try to do some more of that kind of thing, as time goes on. And so I would like to give you a little more content than just me, picking up or not picking up stuff or, vehicle vlogs and stuff like that. As much as I enjoy doing that, and I'm glad that people enjoy seeing that, I would like to add a little more, content to the channel, do something that's still related to my interests, but also do something a little different, throw a few different stuff at you from time to time. So it's not just the same over and over and over, into life, into life, into life. As much as I love it, and let's face it, that stuff's into life too. It's just a different kind of, portion of into life. I'm getting hungry. I better make my order. I'm going to order some stuff from Grubhub to be delivered. But yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'm going to go do that. But you all take care. I had a lot to say because we've had some interesting developments over this past week, and I wanted to also give a little, little breakdown of last weekend too, at the get together for the Jersey heads, right? And also had some things to share as well, some jerseys, some hats that I was able to get, unlike Perry. That didn't happen, but I was able to get those other things, so was able to bring that to you. I don't know exactly when I'll film again. Maybe before the end of the weekend or next week. We'll see. But just keep your eyes open, and what do you always got to do, right? You got to leave those likes, subscribe if you haven't already done so, and make sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified to that next video and all next videos for yours truly. It's always appreciated. I thank you all for all the support as always. Like I said, I'm going to try to do some other stuff. I'll do some Ross Burlington vlogs. If I can do that as a weekly thing, I would enjoy doing that, enjoy bringing that to you. Some other stuff, like the What's Out There, features maybe for Fanatics and Lids and Mitchell and Ness and what have you. To do that, but again, they need to get a better. Mitch, just enough. Just update, get a new site, please. Anyhow, I'm gonna go so I can eat and I can upload this video to YouTube. So y'all take care, and I'll see you again soon.